to encourage Montanans and others to contribute to, volunteer with, and promote Montana nonprofits. I also believe that the government can have a critical role in assuring the success of nonprofit organizations. One of the ideas that I will consider promoting in the future, should I be so fortunate to be elected as your next Attorney General, is what I call capacity building for nonprofit organizations, providing services in support of the Montana Department of Justice. I believe it's important to strengthen nonprofit organizations that provide support services that overlap or supplement areas of responsibility of the Montana Department of Justice. I also believe that the private sector, including nonprofit organizations, can do oftentimes a much better and more efficient job in providing needed services to Montanans in areas such as victim services, consumer protection education, or drug abuse prevention education. Too often we run to the legislature to ask for money for important programs when perhaps we should do more to ensure the success of those charities that provide services that we all agree are necessary. In this time of tight government budgets, I believe that it can make sense to spend a little government money helping selected nonprofits to be more successful. A nonprofit may need help on board development, improved financial management techniques, an analysis of the organization's financing mix, the development of a fundraising plan, or an effective marketing plan. The possibilities are endless, but those identified needs could be addressed by consultants with the appropriate experience and skills to help a nonprofit organization prosper. And as the nonprofit sector prospers, Montanans benefit, and we can continue to make Montana a better place to live together. In my continuing commitment to provide pro bono legal services and in promoting access to justice for all Montanans, I also intend to continue to help new nonprofit organizations incorporate, to the extent allowed by law and my position, should I be fortunate enough to be your next Attorney General. This commitment will have two important consequences. First, and you can probably relate to this individually, it will conserve the new nonprofits' hard-earned resources. And second, it will send the message to Montanans that your Attorney General promotes individual involvement in nonprofits by his example. Just like for-profit businesses, government must also make sure that we provide a fair and seamless atmosphere in which nonprofits can do business in Montana. In that regard, I support the efforts of the Montana Secretary of State to simplify filing requirements and to make information available online. Another way we can streamline government filing requirements for nonprofits would be to adopt the e-filing program promoted by the National Association of State Attorneys General, the Internal Revenue Service, and the National Center for Charitable Services for simultaneous federal and state reporting of IRS Form 990s and the State Nonprofit Corporation Annual Report Forms. If I'm elected as Montana's next Attorney General, I would pledge to work with the Secretary of State to see about adopting this program in Montana. And I also pledge to look for other ways in which to make it easier for nonprofits to flourish in Montana. Finally, I believe in the Montana legal community, we must do more to ensure the success of the nonprofit community in Montana. I will do that as Montana's next Attorney General by promoting a new relationship between the State Bar of Montana and the Montana Nonprofit Association for partnering attorneys who are willing to work for free or reduced fee with new or existing nonprofit organizations needing legal services. We need only begin by starting the dialogue and by bringing the State Bar leadership together with the Montana Nonprofit Association leadership. And this is something that I will do if I'm so fortunate to be your next Attorney General. From there, the opportunities are endless, but we must first have the leadership to make it happen. There is much to be done in the Attorney General's office in the coming 4 years. I have pledged to do more in protecting Montanans from sexual and internet predators and from drug dealers. I will continue the Department of Justice's effort to end methamphetamine use in Montana through the Montana Meth Project. I will also work hard to fight the prescription drug abuse problem in Montana by supporting a prescription drug monitoring program that stops the practice of doctor shopping while protecting Montanans' privacy rights and their ability of those legitimately in pain to get needed pain medications. And as your next Attorney General, I will fight for your constitutional rights in every legal venue in which those rights are at risk. As the only candidate with significant criminal law experience at the trial court level in this race, and with my experience as a Montana Special Assistant Attorney General, a former administrator of a division of a state agency, general counsel of a Montana-based national bank, and as an experienced litigator representing individual Montanans and Fortune 500 companies and everyone in between, I can make a positive impact in the Montana Attorney General's office. I'm running for Attorney General because my lifelong connection to this special place and its people gives me the passion, motivation, and commitment to work hard every day for Montanans. Part of that passion, motivation, and commitment comes from my work in the Montana nonprofit sector, and I will never forget what all of you have done and will continue to do for Montana. I would appreciate your support in this election, and I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your work here today, and thank you again for all that you do for Montana.
We've got about 10 minutes, so we've got some questions. If anyone has some questions, we've got 2 microphones.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where's the button? I'll do it without. Seeing that you're from Hardin, as nonprofits, we all struggle to make ends meet, but I don't think we have near the struggle that Hardin's facing right now with the correctional center. Do you have ideas on how to get that resolved for that town that so richly deserves some help there?
Yeah, as you know, Montana has a number of places that are less fortunate in terms of employment opportunities than perhaps other places. Bighorn County has an unemployment rate of 7%, and the city fathers and mothers, if you will, of the community of Hardin and Lodgegrass partnered several years ago, just for those of you who don't have a background here, to put together a detention facility, basically a private jail, but it's a municipally formulated venture to provide jobs. And it was unfortunate that because of some legal issues and what have you, that there was some question about whether or not what I will call the Hardin Detention Facility had the ability to house out-of-state inmates. When that facility was first conceived and initially when it was built, there was a need for beds in the prison community at the state level. And because of some policy changes on the state level, that need started to evaporate. So those folks in Hardin looked for other avenues to fill that jail. I've been to the facility. I've met with the leaders. At the time that I met with them, there was a legal battle going on, and the state of Montana was represented by our Attorney General, and so I wasn't able to speak out and take positions. But I can tell you that my heart is not only with all Montanans, but more specifically, as you might relate to, with my hometown and the people that really helped me with the foundation to get started in life. And I think that the Attorney General, because of the position, the public position that I would have if I'm fortunate enough to be elected, can speak out about economic opportunities and provide assistance to those who may need it, whether it be in Hardin